morning, chickadees. I hope you have had a fantastic holiday period. And I know all of us are back hard at it from today. Today is January 1st, 2023. And I have been missing for most of December. I had a pretty rough little patch there. And if you have a look at my year in review video, that'll kind of fill you in. But we are just going to jump into a new day. So I got in the habit in the last month or so of not filming. And so I actually have done one of my preps and I forgot to film. So I have just finished doing a Mediterranean salad. This is baby cucumbers, tomato, onion, olive, feta cheese, lemon juice, and fresh parsley. So all the nutritional details will be, I'll put it up after this, but sorry I didn't show you the prep for that. And then at noon, I will go ahead and start brunch, so I'll see you soon. All right, time for brunch. So I'm going to do some protein eggs. I have some farm fresh duck eggs. I picked up my last lot of duck eggs for the year over the weekend. And then her ducks have quit laying. So I'll have to be switching to chicken eggs here soon. But I'm going to have those with some 2% cottage cheese. I have some smoked salmon, which I'm just going to do. That's already cooked. I don't need to do anything with that. I have a zucchini and a tomato. I'm going to have the tomato fresh, and I'm just going to quickly grill the zucchini. Then I'm going to have the zucchini with some of my tamarind powder and some of the homemade everything bagel seasoning on the rest. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so here's where we're at. I have my salmon, part of the cottage cheese, and the tomato. And then I've sliced the zucchini. I'm just going to pan water steam these. This has some of that tamarind powder on it. If you're not familiar with tamarind powder, it is quite sour. And since I lost a lot of my sense of taste with my first round of COVID, I have really developed an affinity for this tamarind powder. I use it on like everything. All right. And then I have 2 duck eggs, some cottage cheese, and some dried parsley in there. So I'm just going to cook the scrambled eggs and steam these little zucchini, and then we'll be set to go. Welcome back. It's time for dinner. All right, so I started planning my dinner by working out what I needed to do to meet my protein macro for the day. And I had bought, this is blade steak, and the total package is 1.72 pounds. Now, that means that if these were exactly the same size, they would roughly be 13.5 ounces each. And so I need about 9 ounces raw weight of protein to meet my macro for the day. I am doing a yogurt and fruit bowl later, and that will have some protein in there, but I need about 9 ounces. So that's going to be basically 3/4 of one of these steaks. And then with that, I've decided to do a peppercorn and mustard portobello cap. So I have my portobello mushrooms, and the peppercorn sauce is made up of, I just refilled my pepper mill. So this is red, green, white, and black peppercorns. And then I have some Dijon mustard, some half and half. A lot of recipes call for heavy cream, but I'm just half and half is fine. I'm going to have some steak sauce on the steak. So there is my peppercorns, and then I'm going to use some chicken stock and some cornstarch, and that will combine to make my sauce for the portabella. And then I was thinking, you know, with rainbow style eating, I want to have 3 to 4 colors on the plate every time. And of course, this is going to be brown, this is going to be brown, this is going to be brown. So to make sure, I have some Brussels sprouts, which I'm going to steam. So those are going to stay really bright green. And then I have a bag of organic rainbow, whoop, let's try turning those around. Organic rainbow baby carrots. So that has the purple carrots, which I love, the normal carrots, and then some of the yellows and whites. And those I'm going to have with some more tamarind powder. Okay, so I was trying to decide how I wanted to cook these, and I think I'm just going to do these. I'm going to steam, so I'll just put those into my steamer, and I think I'm going to cook the portabello and the steak on my... I think I'm going to use my little tFal grill for that. So let's get started. All right. So this is my mustard peppercorn sauce. And what I need to do with that is just bring it to a boil to activate the cornstarch. So in there, I have 2 tablespoons of chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, half a tablespoon of minced onion. I have some of the cracked black pepper, and then 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Now, once it's come to a boil and I've turned it off, I'm then going to add 2 tablespoons of half and half. So that's everything for that one. I have my steak seasoned, and I just have that seasoned with Kinder's salt, pepper, and garlic blend. And then I have my mushroom cap all washed, and I've added some umami powder. This is a shiitake mushroom powder. That's what the little pellety bits look like. And that's just quite... Umami is, salty is not the right word, but it is, it's quite savory. And since mushrooms don't have a whole lot of flavor, I've put some of that on there. And then on my steamer tray, I have my carrots and Brussels sprouts weighed out. These I'm going to add tamarind powder to once they're done. And I have steak sauce for the steak. So the steak and the mushroom cap, I'm going to do on the tFal OptiGrill. So I'll get that, that's preheating. I'll get those over on there in just a second. All right, so that has preheated. And if you're not familiar with this, basically this little OptiGrill, you have sort of presets here. I've put it onto steak, and then it basically says, you know, how do you want it cooked? And you can change your temperature setting on there. I have it set for medium, and that's it. We're all set. All right, so it is about 7:30. My eating window closes at 8, and I was going to do a fruit and yogurt bowl. I've already tracked it, made everything in my macros look spectacular, but I still have a piece of steak that I didn't finish at dinner. I still have half of my steak sauce, and I left it thinking I would come back to it if I wanted it later, but I'm just not hungry. I'm not going to have the fruit and yogurt bowl, and I'm going to save that. I do have 3 little mandarins. They're quite little ones. I'm going to weigh those out and have these instead of the fruit and yogurt bowl, and then that will close out my day. Since only 2 of those mandarins were okay, I'm going to have, instead of the fruit and yogurt bowl that I was going to do, I'm just going to have one of the mixed berry Noosa's. They are 130 calories, 16 grams of carbs and 5 grams of protein.